What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host, Zach, and today's subreddit is r/EntitledParents.
This story's called Entitled Mother Assaults a Minor Because She Stole Reserved Seats. I don't know if this truly belongs here or not, since it's an entire family as opposed to just one or two parents, but I digress. Here's the cast. There's me, Dad, my stepmom at the time, stepbrother, Entitled Kid 1, Entitled Kid 2, Entitled Mom, theater employee, security guard. This happened when I was 11 or 12, so place it in 2000 or 2001. My recently divorced dad had been dating this really cool, sweet lady for nearly a year at this point, and she had a son who was only a year younger than me. Their relationship fell apart later, but those details aren't relevant to the story. During this time, their relationship was strong enough that I considered her and her son my stepfamily, hence their cast member placeholder names. We had all gone out to see a movie. I don't remember which movie, but this took place in 2000 or 2001, so let's say it was Jurassic Park 3 opening weekend. The theater we went to had just introduced labeled reserved seating, and Dad had reserved our seats the day prior, so he was able to get all 4 seats next to each other. From left to right, the seating arrangement was stepmom, dad, stepbrother, then me. This is relevant for what's coming up later. Me and stepbrother sat down in our seats, and dad and stepmom put their jackets in their respective seats. They wanted to go get everyone some concessions, so dad asked stepbrother and me what we wanted. As they were leaving, dad asked us to keep an eye on their seats and jackets. Not long after dad and stepmom left to get their snacks, another family of 3 showed up, our entitled family. They started to sit down next to our seats, but then Entitled Kid 1 grabbed stepmom's jacket and threw it on the floor and sat in her seat. He and Entitled Kid 2 were both around 16 or 17 and much bigger than either me or stepbrother. Regardless, we were in charge of guarding these seats and jackets, so I got up to see if maybe they got the wrong seats. Me to Entitled Kid 1, "Hey, sorry, but can you check your ticket stub for your seat? This theater has reserved seats and my stepmom is supposed to sit there." "No, you have the wrong seats." Are you sure? My dad has our stubs and I'm pretty sure that's where stepmom is supposed to sit." "I don't freaking care, kid. Get out of my face." "Yeah, leave Entitled Kid 1 alone, you dumb brat." Entitled Mom, having overheard the conversation, "What's going on? Why are you bothering my kids?" "I'm just trying to see if maybe you all have accidentally sat in the wrong seats and want to see if maybe you could all move over 1 seat since Entitled Kid 1 is sitting in my stepmom's reserved spot." "No, we reserved these seats and we are sitting here." "Yeah, now F off, kid." Me, deciding that there's nothing I can do about them until dad and stepmom come back. "Can I at least pick up stepmom's jacket that you threw on the floor?" Entitled Kid 1 ignores me. "Excuse me, can I at least pick up the jacket?" "No, go sit the frick down." I tried picking up the jacket anyway. Entitled Kid 1 starts trying to kick my arms and head as I was trying to pick up stepmom's jacket. "Stop trying to touch me." Entitled Mom, in the shrillest voice imaginable, "Leave my kids alone." "Stop trying to bite my brother." "Okay, I'll sit down, but my parents are on their way back." I sit down without the jacket. Stepbrother to me, "What are we gonna do?" "We just have to wait until stepmom and dad come back." Stepmom and dad come back about 10 minutes later. Stepmom sees the jacket on the floor. "What's going on here?" Dad to me and stepbrother, "What's this person doing in stepmom's seat?" I explain the exact situation to stepmom and dad. "Alright, I'll take care of this." Dad to Entitled Mom, "Did your kid here throw my girlfriend's coat on the floor and take her seat?" "These are our reserved seats and her ugly coat," she hasn't even seen the coat yet, "was in my son's seat, so he had every right to move it." "But he threw it on the nasty floor instead of just handing it to my son over there. He wouldn't even let my son pick up the jacket off the floor. He started trying to kick my son in the head when he tried picking it up." "That's because the little dookie sphincter was trying to touch me and bite my legs." "Your little brat of a son was trying to assault my child and the other snot-nosed little crap," points to stepbrother, "got up and started cheering him on, saying, 'Bite him, bite him!'" "Did this happen?" "No, he stayed in his seat quiet the whole time." "No, they're lying. He was trying to assault my children." "Yeah, he tried to bite my brother." Knowing that's just something I wouldn't do, Dad said, "I highly doubt that. Anyway, Entitled Kid 1 needs to move since that's my girlfriend's spot." "No, I reserved these seats!" Dad pulls stepmom's ticket stub out of his pocket. "No, the seat number matches what's on her stub." He tries to show entitled mother. She unsuccessfully tries to snatch the stub away from dad.
No, that's wrong!
Entitled kid 2 also tries to snatch the stub away. Theater employee, having witnessed the tail end of the commotion, "What's going on? Is everyone okay? What can I do to help?"
No! This family of degenerates is trying to steal one of our seats.
Pointing at me,
That one tried to assault my kids, and now
pointing at dad,
that one took my son's ticket stub away from me when I tried to show him proof. He's even got it in his hand.
dad to theater employee, "No, this is my girlfriend's ticket stub. I was trying to show her that the seat numbers match up. They threw stepmom's jacket on the floor, and entitled kid 1 sat in her seat." Okay, first off, I need to see everyone's ticket stubs to confirm they are accurate and that no mistakes were made in our system. Dad, being the one who has all of our ticket stubs, pulls them out at once and shows theater employee. "Okay, these match up." To the entitled mother, "May I also see your group stubs?" Entitled mom, turning white in the face,
No, I threw them away after they tore the tickets from them.
"But you were just saying that this gentleman here snatched one of your stubs away."
Except for that one. I saved that one.
"We instruct our patrons to keep their stubs for this very reason, ma'am. And since they all have their stubs and you have none, I have to assume you either did throw all your stubs away, or you didn't buy any tickets at all." All 3 members of the entitled family started to look panicked.
I want to speak to your manager. This is absurd.
"I am the manager, ma'am. I'll have to ask you to leave."
No, we are sitting here. I reserved these seats.
"Without proof of purchase, we really don't know, do we? I'll have to ask you to leave, ma'am."
I'm not moving.
Entitled kid 2 gets up. "Mom, we need to go before they call security or something."
No!
Theater employee calls for security over his radio and explains the situation. 2 minutes later, security guard arrives. Security guard says to theater employee, "Which group needs to be escorted out?" Entitled mother points to us.
That group, they stole our seats and assaulted me and my children.
"No, security guard. Entitled mom and her family are the ones that are causing the commotion. Could you please escort them off the property?" "Absolutely. All right, entitled mother. You and the rest of your party need to come with me." Entitled mother gets up and walks towards me.
If you hadn't have said anything, we could have watched the movie in peace.
Entitled mother then throws a full 20-ounce bottle of Coke at me and it hits me directly in the eye.
Ow! What the hell is wrong with you? That hurt!
Dad, now full of rage, rushes at entitled mother. "How dare you throw that at my son? I'm calling the police!" Entitled family bolts it for the exit with security guard in tow. Dad to the theater employee, "Your security team better freaking catch them before I do." He takes off after entitled family and security guard. "My God, are you okay?" "My eye hurts, but I think I'm alright." Security guard heard over theater employee's radio. "We caught up to them and the police are on their way. You need to get Mr. Dad's group out here too so the police can question them when they arrive." "Okay, we'll be there in a second." Then to me, stepmom, and stepbrother, "Y'all better come with me." We follow theater employee outside where security has both entitled mother and dad in handcuffs, with entitled kids 1 and 2 sitting on the sidewalk. "Why is dad in handcuffs too?" "He was coming at entitled mother very aggressively and we didn't want anyone else getting hurt. Yeah, I was pretty mad. Don't worry about me, stepmom. I'm fine." The police arrive 20 minutes later and start taking our stories. With so many witnesses, it's obvious who was at fault. Dad ended up pressing charges against her. The police took entitled mom away in a police car after additional questioning. I don't know what happened to entitled kids 1 and 2, but I'm assuming their dad or someone came to get them. During the ordeal, we ended up missing the beginning of the movie. The theater offered Dad free tickets to another showing and he accepted. We ended up going back to finally see the movie the very next weekend, with thankfully one less encounter with entitled mother. When I was typing this out, I had to ask Dad what eventually happened to entitled mother, and he told me she got a fine and like half a year in jail for assaulting a minor, and was pretty sure she was banned from that theater. Wow. You know what? We gotta applaud the Redditor here for actually following instructions like his dad's instructions, even though, okay, for instance, when I was his age, I would have been terrified by 2 teenagers, okay? And this guy, he straight up was like, "Hey, you need to get out of the seats." You know, we gotta appreciate that. That took some guts. Oh, and the dad. I love seeing videos or reading stories of parents defending their children. I don't know. It's really cool. I don't know. I just love the primal nature of it, you know? It's your instinct to defend your young. And I don't know. I'm a loser. This story's called Entitled Parent Forces Her Son on His Birthday to Do a Painting Just Like Her, then ruins it and makes him start over. Backstory. For my 12th birthday, I went to an art place to paint the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland. This place usually serves alcohol during sessions, but there is a family-friendly room in the back for lessons with people under 21. Bonus points for whoever can guess the place, lol, hint it's in California. Now we meet the cast. Karen. Sad kid. My mom. Me. Random people 1 and 2. Instructor. I walk into the place and the receptionist takes us to the family-friendly room where the session was. The entire session is family-friendly. No split classes here. I pick a canvas and sit down next to my mom because she was painting too. The canvas had a light sketch of the Cheshire Cat on it already. I wait a few minutes because we got there early. And in walks Karen and Sad Kid. I forgot how old he was, probably 8 to 10. Sad Kid is pretty happy right now, but sadly, folks, that will change in about 3 hours. They both take the canvases across from us and sit down. A few more minutes pass and everyone is here, about 12 people, and the class starts. The instructor tells us all the basic things about the paint. But another thing you need to remember is that the black paint is irreversible. That is also important. Instructor told us to paint the background first and try to keep the inside of the sketch clear of paint until later for the best results. So I start to paint the background. It was red on the bottom, fading to yellow on the top. Karen, though, starts to paint the cat first. Sad Kid starts to paint the background as instructed. But Karen decided, "You are my son and you have to do the same as me." She made him put his paintbrush down and take a timeout. Who in their right mind? Come on. Instructor heard Karen yelling at him and came over. The conversation came as followed. "Is everything okay over here?" "Yes, everything is just fine. He just isn't listening to me, that's all." I'm trying to mind my own business, but kind of looking at them. Karen gives me a dirty look. "What are you looking at? Mind your own business." I had and still do have social issues and can't deal with stuff like this. I'm sorry, ma'am. Instructor to Karen, "Please calm down. There is no right or wrong in painting. Everyone does things differently." And he hands Sad Kid his paintbrush. "Thank you." Karen takes the paintbrush again. "No, he's in timeout until he can learn to listen to me." "I'm sorry, but if you carry on like this, ma'am, you're going to have to leave. You are disturbing the other painters." "Fine." Probably thinking about how she paid for this lesson, slides paintbrush to Sad Kid. About an hour passes and some people have finished their background. Karen has finished her cat now too. Instructor tells us what to do for the cat for the best results. Paint color first, then do black outline. It keeps you from messing up right away with the black. We start to do that and Sad Kid has picked a perfect color scheme. It goes amazing with the background. Important later, trust me. Karen, on the other hand, chose clashing colors. I'm not saying anything is wrong with that. She might just like it like that, but it's not something you would want to hang up in a house. Karen is huffing and being very open about her being jealous of her son's skills. Another half hour goes by and almost everybody is done with their coloring. Instructor tells us how to do the black outline. We have to be very precise about it. Sad Kid is doing it, but then Karen can't take it anymore. She then dips her paintbrush in black paint, yells out, and starts scribbling all over his hours worth of hard work, ruining it. Everyone was in shock. Instructor comes over and loses her crap. Karen does the same, and random person 1 and 2 have to break it up because they started to full-on scream. Then Karen had the actual nerve to hug her son and say, "I'm sorry she's being this nasty on your birthday." The audacity. Okay, I'm not even done. Sad Kid yells out, "No, you're the one ruining my birthday." Everyone goes quiet. It seriously felt like something out of a drama movie. Sad Kid burst into tears. Instructor takes his canvas and gives him one of the spares. I'm so glad they had some. And she sat next to him the entire rest of the class and helped him finish. Oh my gosh. I was just a bystander with only a little interaction, but that experience was awful. Sad Kid, if you are somehow reading this, I wish you the best. And Karen, if you are somehow reading this, screw you. Oh my gosh, that poor kid. Okay, how much of a loser do you have to be to be jealous over your kid being better at something than you? If anything, you're supposed to be happy that they didn't get your crappy crap skills, you know? Sad Kid, I hope you're doing great now, okay? Karen, screw you, like the Redditor said. This story's called Entitled Kid Tries to Yeet Me Across a Retail Store. Entitled Mom, ha ha ha! I'll keep this brief. A few weeks ago, I was out shopping with my mom at our local Target Target if you nasty. And like most people who enter Target on a Saturday, I immediately lost all track of time and space and ended up in the clearance clothes area. Minding my own business, looking for some sweet $12.47 cardigans, you know the drill. There's a family near me, 2 entitled mothers, maybe an entitled aunt, and several entitled kids about 9 to 12 years old, who I'm aware of because they are quite loud. Running, screeching, etc. Whatever, Target and clearance cardigans get people excited. Hell, I'm excited, it's totally cool. Until I'm quietly browsing the racks and a hand grabs my ankle. Now I'm the one doing the screeching, but of course, it's one of the entitled kids. He's laughing, so proud of scaring me and his amazing joke. And because I'm a generally nice, pleasant gremlin, I laugh with him and make eye contact with entitled mother 1 in a sort of kids will be kids kind of way. Fast forward about 6 minutes later when something large in the size of a 12-year-old slams into my back, grabs me hard around the waist from behind, and generally knocks the wind out of me. This is a problem for 2 reasons. First being that I fell off of my horse and was trampled by him 5 days ago. I ride horses competitively, hunter/jumpers if you're curious, and it wasn't his fault, he was very sorry. This necessitated a ride in an ambulance, a fractured pelvis, and most importantly, the second problem, 4 very broken ribs. This happy excursion to Target was actually my first time out of the house in 5 days, and my first day without crutches, so I was moving pretty gingerly. It turns out Entitled Kid 1 was apparently so emboldened by his hilarious grabbing the lady's ankle joke that he decided to get a running start and slam into me from the back while simultaneously grabbing my waist and screeching. I'm horrified and immediately in horrible pain. Lightning in front of your eyes style pain. It hurt so freaking bad. I shoved the still laughing entitled kid off of me and looked straight at the entitled mother who was standing no further than 3 feet in front of me while this was going on. She's laughing. Entitled Kid 1 is so cute and funny. I managed to scream, literally scream, "I have 4 broken ribs, don't touch me!" She does nothing. I'm still struggling to keep standing upright at this point and start calling for my mom to come help me. 60, not super great at hearing, but please don't tell her I told you. She rushes over, I manage to tell her what happened. We're both looking at entitled mother and now entitled aunt, expecting at best an apology or at worst just a bare acknowledgement that just happened. But nothing. Entitled mom and entitled aunt grab the entitled kids and bail. Meanwhile, I'm barely upright and having trouble breathing. My wonderful mom helps me out to the car. We go home empty-handed, no clearance cardigans, no Tupperware, no light bulbs, no peanut butter, and 4 hours later I'm still in bad shape, leading to another visit to the emergency room and the knowledge that my ribs were apparently fusing but had refractured very slightly. I just wanted a cardigan. Okay, what? This kid just assaulted this woman and that's okay? They could have easily called the cops. And emergency room visits are not cheap at all. They could have gotten a lot out of that, because, jeez, that's screwed up. Don't tackle random people in Target, kids. Or any store. Don't randomly tackle people at all, actually.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.